So why is Meghan Markle flying American Airlines now? Welcome back to Master the Blue Chai, and today we have another Friday Follie, Meghan's mile-high meltdown. That's right, the of Sussex brand has run out of money and no longer do they fly private across Los Angeles just for a 10-minute photo op. No Siri, it's all about rebagging pretzels and repackaging budget jams as ever. Meghan of Sussex never fails to entertain. Off to the show, and our host is, well, me. Breaking news from the world of fallen royalty, Meghan of Sussex was spotted in coach. That's right, the Duchess of Netflix has been downgraded from private jets to fighting for armrests with Karen from Wisconsin. Stick around to find out how we went from "Call me your Royal Highness" to "Excuse me, is this seat 23B? Don't you think it's delicious that the Queen of the Karens, the "Don't you know I'm victim," now has to fly with her subjects? Is Harry demanding UK police protection? I can't wait for the sequel Southwest soirees with, as ever, Meghan of Sussex. What's up, Royal Watchers? Welcome back to Crown and Clown and Tiara and Tantrums, where we track the spectacular falls from grace of our favourite former royals. I'm just Harry because I'm ginger and thick as pig shit, and Meghan of Sussex because everywhere has been smart enough to disown me, and I'm sure Sussex is just too polite. After all, they haven't disowned putrid Piers Morgan. I'm your host, Angry Amy, and today we're discussing Meghan Markle's Sorry Princess Meghan, Sorry Meghan Windsor, Sorry No Meghan of Sussex latest plot twist. Apparently, she's now flying commercial like us peasants. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Unlike Meghan's Netflix deal, our content is still taking off. Remember when Meghan and Harry were lecturing us about climate change while taking 4 private jets in 11 days? Pepperidge Farm remembers, and so does the internet. But now, sources say Meghan was seen boarding an American Airlines flight, not even first class, people. Business class. The same woman who once complained about not having enough space in a literal palace is now dealing with airplane pretzels and crying babies. Imagine being the flight attendant. "Ma'am, would you like peanuts or pretzels?" Well, when I lived in the palace, we had 17 types of nuts, each served on individual Royal Crown Derby plates. The poor woman next to her probably got a full 3-hour documentary about how the royal family didn't support her carry-on bag choices. After all, Meghan probably still complains she had to steal her passport back. Sorry, monster Meghan, you don't need a passport to fly domestic. Now, word on the street is that Meghan is not happy about this downgrade, and guess who's getting the blame? That's right, Prince Harry, or as he's now known, the guy who gave up everything for love and got a podcast deal in return. Cuck woo. Sources close to the couple, and by sources, I mean the voices in our heads, say Meghan has been dropping hints like, "Harry, darling, when you said you'd give me the world, I didn't realize you meant the world of commercial aviation. Remember when you were 6th in line to the throne? Well, now we're 6th in line for the bathroom." Picture Harry trying to explain, "But Meghan, we're still in business class." Business class, Harry? I used to be the business. I was the business. When I was yacht girl, I had more bathrooms than this. I entertained more people in bathrooms bigger than this business class. Now I'm cramped between a crying baby and someone watching Netflix, and it's not even our Netflix. You know I don't like children, it's why we can never show their faces and people will know they are not mine and don't like me. Poor Harry probably thought giving up his royal duties meant giving up ribbon-cutting ceremonies, not giving up legroom. You ginger piece of shit, you are touching me. You know I don't like to be touched. Make yourself smaller. But wait, dear viewer, there's more. Sadly, so much more, so much the Ozempic didn't waste away. Rumor has it that Meghan is also pointing fingers at Netflix. Apparently, the streaming giant that paid them millions is now being accused of not paying them enough millions. You know it's bad when you're blaming the company that literally funded your documentary about how hard your life is. That's like complaining about the restaurant while you're still eating the free bread. Hello, Netflix. This is Meghan. Yes, the Meghan. Listen, your payment didn't quite cover the private jet and the organic quinoa budget. What do you mean choose one? Mom, you made a documentary called Harry and Meghan that was basically 6 hours of poor us. We paid you and everything else just sucked even more than your yacht girls sex tapes. So unless you are releasing those, it's job done. But I have 14 more stories about the same conversation with Kate. Surely that's worth first-class flights for life? Let's talk about what this American Airlines experience must have been like for someone who's used to royal treatment. First, there's the TSA line. Imagine Meghan in airport security. Excuse me, do you know who I am? I was on Suits. Also, I briefly dated a prince. He is a ginger, so not just a prince but also disabled. Then there's the boarding process. Group 3. Group 3. I used to have my own group. It was called the Royal Family. And don't even get me started on the in-flight meal. What do you mean, chicken or beef? Where's the third option? Where's the quinoa? Where are the 17 types of artisanal bread? Mom, we have peanuts, since your husband has no balls. When I lived in Kensington Palace, MAAM, we have peanuts. Now, let's speculate wildly about why this might really be happening, because that's what the internet is for. The Spotify deal money ran out after they produced exactly 1.5 podcasts and called it a day. Harry spent all their money on therapy trying to process what he gave up. Spoiler alert, it was a lot. Meghan insisted on buying only the most expensive avocados in California, and apparently, royal-grade avocados cost $47 each. Netflix looked at their viewing numbers and said, you know what? We'll just give this money to someone who can stay married to their royal family instead. The cost of constantly having to explain to people that she was actually on Suits before she met Harry has somehow become a full-time job requiring its own salary. So what's next for our budget-conscious former Duchess? Well, if this trend continues, we might see Meghan on a Greyhound bus next month, telling the person next to her about how bus travel was different when she lived in the palace. The Queen's carriages had much better suspension, and they never made you show ID twice. Maybe she'll start her own airline, Royal Air Meghan, where every passenger gets to hear about my trauma for the duration of the flight. Fly Royal Air Meghan. Our in-flight entertainment is just me reading my diary entries. Peanuts cost extra, but the emotional baggage is always free. Perhaps there could be a Trump initiative, all illegals immediately deported on Royal Air Meghan. Not only will they not return, they will have given up all hope. But you know what? Maybe this is actually good for Meghan. Flying commercial means connecting with real people, experiencing normal life, understanding what the rest of us go through. Just kidding. We all know she's going to turn this into content. Coming soon, Meghan, My Journey Through Commercial Aviation, a 6-part documentary series about how American Airlines failed to recognize my royal adjacent status. Chapter 1, The Overhead Compartment That Silenced My Voice. Chapter 2, Turbulence, a metaphor for my marriage. Chapter 3, The Flight Attendant Who Didn't Ask How I Was Feeling. Look, we're all just here for the entertainment value of watching someone adjust their expectations from literal palace to window seat if you're lucky. Is it Harry's fault? Is it Netflix's fault? Is it the fault of the American Airlines passenger who probably just wanted to watch a movie in peace but instead got a live podcast about royal protocol? Who knows? All I know is that somewhere, there's a flight attendant who has the best story to tell at dinner parties for the rest of their life. What do you think happened? Drop your theories in the comments. And if you enjoyed watching this royal downgrade, smash that like button and subscribe for more How the Mighty Have Fallen content. Next week, why Prince Andrew isn't allowed at Chuck E. Cheese anymore. Just kidding, that one writes itself. Time for some homemade crumpets, cinnamon butter and delicious blue chai.